Guiding the crews amongst destiny's throes. Which is the right path that I value more? My tinkerer's tools or my magical form? In the danger, don't know what comes next. Weaving my way with each step. On the path we wander through shadow and light. Marching through valleys deep and wide. Carving our faith and finding our home in this world unknown. Tracker of wolffolk, cursed with a plight. To embrace the darkness or chase the moonlight. Loyalty binds me to all I hold dear. Eager to help, I'll embrace every fear. In the danger, don't know what comes next. Weaving my way with each step. On the path we wander through shadow and light. Marching through valleys deep and wide. Carving our faith and finding our home in this world unknown. Bound to ceramic, a ghost of what was. I yearn for the path to break free from my curse. Brave in the face of all my hidden strife. Forward I journey to seek a new life. In the danger, don't know what comes next. Weaving my way with each step. On the path we wander through shadow and light. Marching through valleys deep and wide. Carving our faith and finding our home in this world unknown. Trained to be loyal to colonies call, yet torn by desire to be something more. Only in combat these bonds we renew. Together we journey steadfast and true. In the danger, don't know what comes next. Weaving my way with each step. On the path we wander through shadow and light. Marching through valleys deep and wide. Carving our faith and finding our home in this world unknown.
Alright everybody, welcome to a very early episode of Silver Shadow's Trail of Echoes, episode 31. Today we are playing Fiasco, the game that we set up before. Granted, this one does not have Billiam in it. We could not get the scheduling to work out for us. Or Bobbert. Or William. Either one of those. They are not here today. We couldn't get the scheduling to work out. So today's game is going to be, it could be, the robbery of Elizabuff. It could be. But this is Fiasco, so I don't know what it's going to be. It could just be some light surveillance among friends. So I will just, and we're playing Fiasco, everybody. Couple quick things. The chat is going to be responsible for picking if it's positive or negative this time. Instead of other players like choosing the outcome, if somebody is doing their own scene, we are going to put up a poll and you guys all just vote whether or not you think it's going to end positively or negatively. And that's you all's mechanic today. And I'll introduce the players now. So we have Arthur, played by Will.
Howdy.
We got Elizabuff, played by Kira.
This is your yearly reminder that it's not really okay to be a shower shitter.
don't like that people need to be reminded. We got Krieg, played by Toast.
Hello there.
And we got Vidra, played by Fee.
Hola.
Alright, so in all of your hands right now, can you guys see the cards in your hands above your names?
I can see cards. Hold on. Yes.
Okay, so, if you have any relationship ones, there are only relationships with Elizabuff. Like, we don't have to worry about you guys' relationships between each other. Like, those are all set. We know those. Anything else is a way that you are gonna like investigate. Like, how are you gonna like act out today's mission? Like, so you all just arrive, except for Elizabuff. You've been here. Like, you other three have arrived in Consonant. It's warm. It's like a resort town situation. There are casinos. There are massage parlors. There are like fancy restaurants. There's really nice graffiti all over the place, we learned. The city is currently rebuilding itself, or has just finished rebuilding itself after after it was attacked by a giant monster not too long ago. There was also a flamingo death that day. It was greatly depressing for everybody involved. But
Speak for yourself.
you guys, what's that?
I said speak for yourself. I was having a great day.
Hey, well, excellent. Like, Krieg, at one point in time, was arrested while he was here. It's under new management now. Like, Elizabuff runs this town. So, and if any of you want to go ahead and play your cards, like, we're gonna go around once, and then we're gonna go the other direction. So who would like to go first? And, like, Sorry, I did a bad job explaining Fiasco. Feel more than able to just be loose with what the card says. Like, if the cards are just, like, prompt ideas, like, you make them more specific.
Right. So I may have misspoken on being able to see things. I have card, like, things that say steel card.
Oh, are you clicking on your own name?
Yeah.
And you guys, can the rest of you see your own cards?
I can see mine.
No,
I clicked on the
like,
cards themselves.
Yeah, I clicked on the cards too.
right? This happens like literally every time.
Oh no.
I
Well,
got
what
the card.
about you?
I got the cards on the right, vertical, where I can draw, drag, and deal.
Oh, don't worry about the ones on the right. The ones on the right are
Okay.
just for me.
Okay, and then I got the cards above me, and when I click on them, oh, okay, there I go. I had to actually expand the window out to make it work. If you've got if it's smaller, you might not be looking at your cards.
Yay. Okay, cool. I got him. Yes.
Why do you fight me all the time, Fiasco?
Gonna
So
make me
if-
wear my glasses.
I'm sorry. Once you click and drag them onto the mat, then I can make them bigger for everybody in the chat to be able to read it.
Okay.
But like whoever wants to, like, and we're going clockwise. So this one, if whoever wants to do it, in no order necessary, but if Elizabuff does it, it's going to be with Arthur. If Arthur does it, it'll be with Vidra, Vidra with Krieg, Krieg with Elizabuff, and then next time we'll go the other way.
Okay.
I can
But
go
the-
if you'd like.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So let's see here. My cards are just a little small, so 1 second.
I'm sorry. I wish I could make them bigger.
No, it's not your fault. I know. I'm going to use a relationship card. There you go. Now it's big.
Man. Is Elizabuff a fan of Arthur, or is Arthur a fan of Elizabuff?
I'm gonna say that Elizabuff knows Arthur's reputation and is quite interested in Arthur. Big fan. Wants to know more about Arthur, whenever she gets a chance.
Adorable. Excellent.
All right, so I guess that is my time.
Yep, your time. And remember, any relationship is going to be with Elizabuff. And if you can play those right now, too.
Okay. So I got mutual respect. Arthur recognizes that Elizabuff is a key player in Consonant and knows that if he's going to succeed, he's going to have to respect her intelligence.
Absolutely.
He will not underestimate her.
Okay. So, if I play something that's like a location,
It'll be a location that you and Krieg know something about. Or, like, you can have it be like you set up, like, a safe house there, or you have it under surveillance, or, like, it is the place that you two want to get into.
okay. I could do something incredibly funny, or I could just start slow.
No, either one. I'm,
Funny.
I'm down for, like, ridiculous.
Okay. So, did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do we draw it after that, or do we
Nope.
just kind of have what we have?
Yeah, you have what you have.
Okay.
There's not a ton of cards in Fiasco, except for like at the end of every turn you will get a negative or a positive card that once we reach what they call the turn, where we turn those over and something crazy happens, those cards are like your random get fucked up ones.
Okay. Yeah. So, we have rented a boat. I'm just making sure that Krieg is aware of that.
hmm
There's a way out, should anything go south.
What kind of boat is it? Is it like a Miami Vice speedboat?
That sounds very funny, and so yes, I would like it to be something that we can actually like get away if we need to.
Absolutely, full of cocaine.
As one does.
And little statues that are golden of a gecko.
Mm-hmm. It definitely has a Krieg bobblehead like on the dash as like those little compasses.
Oh yeah. Better than a hula girl.
He also has a hula skirt on. It's culturally insensitive in every way.
Okay. I'm gonna play the obvious one here. Krieg has Elizabuff under surveillance because ever since he got arrested, he's been keeping an eye on it, but super down low and stuff.
Okay, how do you have
And
her
now
under
that
surveillance?
everything's-
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna, now that everything's constructions and everything's finished, he's can devote more without having to be too suspicious.
Do you?
How are we doing this? It's
yeah.
usually just paid off. You just pay off people like usual. It's like, hey, do you want to earn some extra money without having to do literally anything? All you have to do is watch and write stuff down. That's it. Super easy.
Mm-hmm. So, have you guys ever seen Casino? Like, I'm picturing that, like, Joe Pesci's character just has all of the like staff paid off to let him know when people like have like left their rooms or when they have valuables in it, so they can go and rob them. And they just call Krieg to let him know where Elizabuff is at like all hours.
Sounds good. Probably have to go through a third party though, since
I'm gonna ask you, Krieg. Does Elizabuff suspect?
I would imagine she suspects something, but she doesn't know who to suspect. If that makes sense.
All right. I'll let her play any cards in the future. All right. This time, Kira, we're going the other way. Going at Krieg.
All right, now that makes sense. Okay, so ditto.
Hey.
Elizabuff also has Krieg under surveillance.
I did put 2 of those in. Okay. I was wondering if I did. I thought it'd be funny if there were 2 of those. And then I couldn't remember if I did it. All right, Elizabuff, what does your surveillance on Krieg look like?
So out of character, I have no idea why he got arrested. What happened there?
This town used to be run by a guy named Tom Honks before Elizabuff showed up, because all the flamingos showed up here at the same time, like as the city, like because you guys were trapped under the bubble. It wasn't until you guys got out that you were able to take over the city from Honks. But yeah, Tom Honks was scared of Krieg and wanted to get him out of the way. And before Elizabuff took over the city, Tom Honks ran the city. But he doesn't now.
Okay, well, okay, so no, that's fine. I still got this. So Elizabuff has Krieg under surveillance. She's paying an outside contractor because he just has too much money and she doesn't trust him.
I'm very excited about this. All right, Krieg. What else we got? So we know you guys' relationships with Elizabuff, and we know that you have a rented boat. What else is going on?
Well, since I'm visiting the city, I want to have a convincing disguise, but I had asked Vidra to help come up with it, since we were going to the same place.
Is that just a convincing disguise for just Krieg, or do you have convincing disguises for both of you?
Probably both of us, since she was gonna do the work for me. I would, instead of pay her, I would have her make one for both of us, and then pay the person making the disguise, if that makes sense.
So I'm assuming that we're patrons, like we're not, like we're gonna be like the people at the blackjack table, or at least are we gonna be together?
Oh my god, are you too old? You get too just disguised as an old
Two
couple
elderly
playing
couple.
blackjack?
Playing blackjack. Going all flamboyant with the Hawaiian shirts and...
I'm absolutely going to make sure that you're silver.
Here we go. I'm a silver otter with Hawaiian pants, khaki shorts, and one of those giant hats that gets in everybody's way. I like it.
Absolutely. Sold.
And I'm gonna play as though I don't know how to play blackjack and just keep asking everybody at the table, like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does this mean I won?
Don't mind me. Not that you guys can see it. Alan currently looking up the rules of blackjack.
And then also just taking any heat off of anybody else that might be around.
Good
Yeah,
old
go ahead.
fraction.
You got any cards that you want to play, Vidra?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be sharing the fact that I have kind of like been surveilling, and I know where there's a security room. Like I've spotted where all the security is kind of watching the casino floor. I'm telling
Absolutely.
Arthur about that.
You guys got you guys have earpieces, right? That has to be how it works.
And I have a hidden camera somewhere.
Every good heist has to have earpieces, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, also I just can do that. Right? Like that's one of my skills anyway.
Nice.
Can't wait to figure out what's in that security room. And Arthur, what's our
All
last
right.
card look like?
So we're all here to get a big payday. We wouldn't be here if there weren't something that we all needed, and cash goes a long way towards figuring all that stuff out.
Arthur played need to get a big payday. Absolutely. Like, I love how this is set up. Vidra and Krieg, just from so I know, are we walking around the city already full disguises? Like getting off of your boat heading to the casino full disguises?
I mean, I'm not showing up without a disguise in this place. I feel like if there's any chance of anything happening, like good, that we can't show up as ourselves and then disguise ourselves somewhere on this space.
Yeah. So I'd say we show up in the disguise already.
Love it. Alright. So any of you guys can start. And you guys can take turns. You don't have to take them in order. Whenever you guys have a scene, just go ahead and just say that, and like let us know that you have a scene, and we'll start doing it. If you want me to give you a scene, I can do that too. If I give you a scene, you decide how it ends, like positively or negatively. If you narrate your own scene, the chat's gonna decide how it ends, negatively or positively.
We need the cards anymore.
We don't need them. You can like move that. Can you guys move them? I think you guys can. I just don't think you guys can shrink them, but we can get them out of the way.
No worries.
Yeah, somebody was already moving that. But let's just like remember what we've got out there. Krieg has Elizabuff under surveillance, and Elizabuff has Krieg under surveillance. Sorry, Elizabuff. What? Oh yeah, outside contractor. Okay, I loved it. We know where the security room is. We have a rented speedboat if we need it. You two are in disguise as old blackjack players.
And I'll be, if you like, I can play as I can use my reputation to act as a decoy. So if everybody's looking at me, they're not looking at you guys. You can sneak around, where you need to.
Yeah, there's a respect and like fandom between Elizabuff and Arthur as well, so that's interesting. Did anybody have a scene that they wanted to do?
So, I got one. So, we're gonna start here. It'll be me and Krieg and Vidra escapade. And so, like, I'm just gonna talk about how, like, so Krieg, as you know, I owe you something. I owe you a case that I need to work on, and in the meantime, I'm also trying to make sure that I've got my debts paid up for you and everything. I think a good opportunity for this. I was recently hired to rob this casino, basically clean out the vault, and I'm thinking, given your acquisitive nature, this might be an opportunity for you. So, can Vidra and I count on your services to help us case the joint and maybe clean out the vault?
I'm always happy to steal from flamingos, so I'm in.
Vidra, how about you?
I'm ready.
All right.
Is this happening like at your office, or is this like on site?
This is probably
I'd say beforehand.
beforehand. Probably at my office. And I am well aware that since we last met, Krieg has kind of come up in the ranks a little bit. So I'm grateful that he chose to come to my office instead of making me go to one of his weirdo temples.
I needed a little bit of time away anyway, so
It'll be a vacation from godhood.
yeah. Plus, I hear things are going down, so I wanted to come. Check out how my favorite detective was going on.
It looks like it's gonna end positively, I'm going to guess. So I'm going to give you this. So you got Krieg and Vidra on your side.
Awesome.
Do we have like a oh sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you have more of a plan, or is it just like
So
momentum is swinging in your favor? Sorry.
I think first step is we need to see what kind of security is at the place. And
Like, are we
meanwhile-
talking there are security cameras? Are we talking that there are just a lot of guards, kind of, or security personnel around? Or
So, yeah, we need to know the layout of the casino. We need to know all the guards, where they're all stationed, how we can basically get
like
How
get
we
in,
can-
get out?
yep. We need
I
to
think at
know
this
all
point, I can pull out a map and then just be like, and just lay it out. It's like, so is this everything you need with pretty much all the information you're asking for? Since I've already got her under surveillance anyways, I pretty much have just it all laid out on this pretty map.
This is quite detailed.
All
Thank you.
right, and do you have dossiers drawn up of all of her lackeys?
Yes, as I pull them out of the other pocket. Here's the cleaning staff. Here's a couple of the security guards. Here's some of the blackjack players. Here's one middle manager, but no one higher.
All right, and do we know if any of them have any debts that we can leverage? Like if any of them have, things that they owe people they owe money to that we can leverage if we need to.
That's completely up to you, Krieg.
Probably just the security guards, because I wouldn't want to hamper on any of like the mage or any of the lower staff. So it's the security guards I might have some dirt on, but everyone else probably not,
Okay.
because they're just doing their job. security guards, you got to get them out of the way if you want to do anything dastardly.
Are we going to do our best to make sure that they don't get hurt?
Financially, we're going to do the worst. Physically, we should probably avoid. Emotionally, that's up in the air.
I'm very sorry. My mic got pulled out of my... Or my earphones got pulled out.
No worries.
So I didn't hear any of that.
All right. So financially, we're going to ruin them. Physically, we should avoid hurting them. Emotionally, that one's up in the air.
Okay. I can deal with it as long as we're not hurting them physically and try to keep their mental anguish at a minimum.
Sure.
Yeah. Alright, so you guys have it all planned out. Krieg has like laid out. Sorry, Toast, you gotta tell us, who is the janitor with debts?
The security guard.
Oh, security guard with debts. Sorry, that's right. You don't want to mess with janitors.
No. The only flamingo I can remember is Will. I don't know where he's been.
William. William is a doctor at this point. Not doctor. He is a scientist. He works in. He's a mad scientist that works in Pixel.
Different kind of doctor.
Different kind of doctor. Like not so much about health, more about like he wants to make a bunch of like robot people. He
Okay.
also like his hair is a little crazy and he got a big mustache.
All right, we'll see if we can go with his brother Bill I Am, who isn't doing as well, and he had to grab a job as a security guard to make ends meet. But those ends just aren't meeting anywhere useful. Yes. Terrible naming convention, but
Bill,
or Neil I Am.
Is there punctuation? Is there a question mark at the end, or is it just?
Well, he was the last child of the family, so they weren't sure, so they decided to go with the punctuation. There you go.
It's like, is that egg gonna hatch?
I don't know, but if it does, should we call it Bill? No, why not?
Love it. All right, so we have a positive planning scene. Anybody else? Like, who would like to go next? And if you have a scene, and you guys don't have to go in order; they can be wherever you want. Like, I have a couple scene ideas if you guys want them.
Yeah, let's go for
I'll
one.
take an idea. Yeah.
So I really like the idea of Elizabuff sitting in her office, and like she gets a report that Krieg has rented a boat and is heading to Consonant. So like based on the fact that you have him under surveillance, once he gets to town and he's in disguise, like you might lose him. That's up to you whether or not you want to like lose him if you are fooled by the disguise. But like I picture like one of Elizabuff's like many attendants like comes into the room and like drops a folder down on her desk and like does the thing where they open the front page of it and they show it's just like, we have it on good authority that the mayor, one of the many leaders of the Silver Thimble, Krieg, is heading this way.
Okay. So She closes the folder, throws it to the side in a huff, and orders double the security. Check everyone. I don't trust him. I don't think that she's fooled by this guy so much, by the disguise so much as it makes it harder to spot him. He blends in really, really well. I don't want to make it like heckin' impossible for them to succeed, but like I don't think she's fooled by it. But I think that they have a harder time. Her minions, her casino and brothel minions, have a hard time tracking him.
Oh, you know what it is? Like, at the same time that boat pulls in and, like, everybody's, like, watching for silver otters and stuff, like, a ferry shows up from Holt and unloads their people, and it's just all the elderly otters. It's just so many elderly otters coming to gamble. They're coming to day
Yearly
gamble.
elderly citizens tour of continent.
Foreknowledge, except not.
Like,
I
that
got my
disguise,
timing right.
right? That disguise is so much better now because, like, they're just there.
Like, I would have known that it was around the right time for it. Because, like, this is kind of a yearly gathering of
The elderly.
the elderly people from my
You know
my
how
home.
old women have the Red Hat Society, right? It's like a otter church trip or something, and they look forward to it every year, and it's a togetherness adventure sort of thing. So every single one of them is on that bus.
It's like,
They
I heard
probably
they
go
have the
on a-
best buffet.
On a big adventure.
Elizabuff, in the main casino, what is in the buffet? If we had a flamingo-based buffet, like, not that they serve flamingos, but they serve flamingos.
Perfect.
What's
would
the
say,
buffet items?
well, of course you've got your shrimp, you've got like all sorts of seafood, fish. Probably you got to have some greens, so like some kelp, some like the kale of the sea. I'm not quite sure what that is. Then you got
Wheat
your
kale.
various sauces. Yeah, oh, there you go. Sea kale. And then you've got your various sauces and maybe like a soup of the day, but it's probably like clam chowder.
You know otters love
and
this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got a call ahead of time from the Purple Hat Otter Church Society. I don't freaking know. Saying, hey, we're stopping by on this day at roughly this time. Are you guys gonna have enough slot machines available, enough entertainment? When are the singers and the dancers coming out, that sort of thing. So they got the full itinerary to make sure that they made the most of their day.
All right, absolutely. Do we think this is a positive or a negative for you, Elizabuff? Like, you are making a ton of money anyway because the otters are getting here, but it is harder to keep an eye on Krieg.
Right, so I think this is actually a negative because Krieg blends in so well that we're losing track of him. And my people are really struggling trying to figure out which one is the fake otter.
Absolutely love it.
Now I'm just picturing myself covered in silver paint with otter ears on top of my head.
This
Just
is
like you
I'm
came
also
from
just
Disney World.
just like it's a good costume though. Like, in my head originally I was picturing just a shitty costume, but now we know it's a good costume.
I'm pretty much just gonna be cosplaying as my grandma.
Oh my god, Vidra, what's your grandma's name?
Oh, Cecilia.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that I would have had Vidra take the rented boat over while I take the ferry over so I can ingratiate myself with the elderly women. Thus making it harder for everyone to spot me.
Oh, are we doing that scene, Krieg?
I would. That's mine right there.
All right. So you get into the casino. It opens up all around you. Dozens.
Have the
Of-
location be the casino floor.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys feel free to go ahead and play the cards out of your hand if you think it's going to be good for like the scene that you're in. But so we're on the casino floor. It's like it's nice. It's well lit. The salad, not the salad bar. The buffet recently stocked. Smells delicious. Especially smells delicious for. No wait, Krieg, you love fish. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's amazing. Is Krieg dressed up like an old lady otter? It like a female otter, like a grandma otter, or is
I want to say no. Not the grandpa otter.
oh grandpa otter? All right. So you're not wearing a big purple hat, is what we're saying.
No, I've got the fake. I'll go with like a purple Hawaiian shirt.
So, back
ahead.
a couple years back, or decade back, Will and I were in, what was it, Port Angeles, and like being followed by a Dazzled by Twilight like themed bus where a lot of people were there, like a lot of women were there to like look at all of the locations around Forks, and all of their boyfriends were dragged along. And it kind of feels like the same like idea of Grandpa Otter is being dragged along, and so there's like 5 of them that are just dragged along.
Absolutely love it. Oh, one of the like elderly ones is just like he's definitely using a walker as he like makes his way across the casino floor, and he's heading straight for the blackjack table, and he like elbows Krieg. He's like, "Come on!" It's just like this money's not gonna go. We're not gonna make money just standing here.
I feel like I want to have one of those, the canes with the tennis balls on the bottom. It's got like the 4. It's not the whole walker, just like one cane.
Okay, with the 4. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. For like, I'm not as fast as I used to be. I'm covered.
As you sit down, what's your goal for this scene, Krieg? Is it to scope out the area? Is it to...
Probably, since it's like we just got in, so you want to make sure you're looking around. Because we already know where all the important stuff is. But now that we're here, we gotta see if anything's changed since the map was made.
So,
I'm also going to say that once I've parked the boat, I'm going to slip in with the rest of everybody.
Oh, of course. Vidra's like here as well. Are you like right next to Krieg and this like
No.
unnamed old man? Okay.
No. I'm actually going to see if there's anyone I recognize specifically as a friend of my grandma.
Okay, that's gonna be fun. All right.
Also, I've decided this old man's name is Jonald.
Jonald. All right.
That sounds cool.
This just the old man that you're currently talking to, or like the
Yeah.
one that you're disguised as.
We'll go with one I'm disguised as. My new name is Jonald.
Like you have a name tag that just says, "Hi, I'm Jonald."
Crossed out the C.
It ended negatively for you, Krieg. So says the chat. I can't imagine why they did that to you.
No idea why. Yeah.
I think here's how I think it could end negatively. I think you see, the flamingo woman that dropped the file on Elizabuff's desk going up to all of the flamingo staff and showing them a picture of Krieg, and they go right up to Bill I Am, who is currently like watching just a rather inconspicuous door, except for Vidra knows that's the security room door. And like Bill I Am has to leave there, and now he is guarding the buffet line, and there's a big burly, like really mean looking flamingo guarding the security door now.
Okay. That works. We lost our man on the inside. Now we can get free hors d'oeuvres, I guess.
Oh man, you want some buffet tickets? Bill's got them. All right, I mean, so Vidra, do you have a scene in mind, or do you want me to give you one?
Give me one.
All
That
right.
you come up with.
So I think you see one of your grandmother's, like, rivals, not friends, but like this woman takes second place in all of the competitions your grandmother wins. I can't remember what's your grandmother
bingo.
known for? Is it bingo?
Like she's a big bingo buff.
Big bingo buffs and whole huge. Like Clem comes and plays bingo with you guys and with them all the time. I guarantee it. big bingo buff was my username. Don't like it. The BBB. And you see that woman. At one point in time, all of the otters were going to be named after potion type things like file, elixir, ether, potion, tonic, tincture, all of those. But I started running out of words, and now we know like Vidra and Jonold are clearly names. So all naming conventions are off for the otters. Vidra is just named after otters.
Yes,
Vidra
Vidra
reminds me.
just means otter.
So you see this woman, and she is fucking like triple coining these machines. She's got an entire like row of slot machines all to herself, Vidra, and like she's got all the ones that are closest to the security door, like taken up. And she sees you eyeballing them, and she's like, no, you're not winning any of them on me. Not today. Not today. Today is my day.
But,
And she's
but
like, go ahead.
you do realize that statistically, it's unlikely that you're going to get back what you put into these machines.
I'm here for a good time. And she's like, I'm looking for the win. I just want it to have all the fruit.
Well, I've heard that the one over there's hot. Like, these ones just released all of their coins according to the flamingo that's over at the buffet table. He said that he just won big on them. So that means they don't have anything in them except for what you've put in them.
She looks over at the buffet table. What does that flamingo look like? Did a flamingo actually just go there with a bunch of coins?
I would say it's more like the flamingo that's working the table.
Oh,
like
okay.
working the buffet.
Oh,
like so he's got the paper hat. Yeah. I'm just gonna pretend I don't know it. Like, I think I saw it. Like, I don't know. I need my glasses in order to be able to tell you what the guy's name was. But he's got a big old name tag and that weird paper hat.
He did walk across the room rather suspiciously all of a sudden, didn't he? It was almost like that one flamingo was showing him something. You think that might have been a chart to which ones are gonna win next?
You should go ask him.
You know what? I will. And she's like, I won't put up with being cheated.
Gasp.
And like she hops off of her stool and into her wheelchair and just wheels herself over there.
I'm gonna just take the seat nearest the door and do a surveillance of just like where are all the tables that I might want to like hit up, like which of the blackjack dealers seems the most patient.
Definitely the one at Krieg, sorry, John Olds and what is the other guy's name? What's the other old man that is just like insufferable? I think his name is Clarence.
Sounds like it.
John
Is he the
Old
one
and-
making all the sexist comments because he's super old and thinks he can get away with it?
Oh, is he making terrible comments?
Not like super terrible, just like I'm old. You should respect what I have to say, kind of thing.
Also, he keeps sucking his dentures off the top of his off the roof of his mouth, and it's terrible.
Because he
Well-
thinks it's a cool trick to show the other people. They've all seen it 100 times.
He just pops him off and then like gets 6 of out of his mouth and just like raises his eyebrows at the dealer multiple times and sucks him back in.
Ugh. I just muttered to myself, I cannot believe that my grandma has the hots for that one.
It's just waggle eyebrows, and the huge, the bushiest eyebrows you've ever seen on an otter. Did that? do we
Some of
think
his
that-
eyebrow hairs are like curling down and poking him in the eye.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like his whiskers are so long.
All right, I'm
Does
gonna
he
go.
have like the ear hole hairs that stick
course.
out?
Of course he does.
So-
Clarence is the worst.
I imagine like you remember Our Real Monsters, the one
Okay,
monster
yep,
with the
yep.
armpit hairs that yeah, just like that. Just
Like we're picturing that guy, but as an otter,
Yeah.
as like a virile, flirtatious old otter that thinks the best trick is to suck his dentures off of himself and then show them. Yeah, we don't mean to all the elderly. Just
one.
very specifically this one. That feels like a positive to me, Vidra. Like you being able to map out this whole place. It's like you get to choose if it's a positive or negative. But do you think it's positive?
I think it's positive because, like, if I want to stay real near the door, I can. And if I want to go over to the blackjack table and make a scene to get, like, the idea of, like, everyone coming over, like, pretend to count cards or something, then I can. So, yeah, I think it's positive.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. What is scene number 2? So the stage set as of right now, and like feel free to move around in time as much as you want. We have a security door blocked by a rather big and gruff, not Bill I Am, Flamingo. We have Elizabuff with full warning that Krieg is in town, although she cannot get an eye on him due to the incoming Purple Hat Otter group and the incredible and Clarence being just a nightmare. We
All right.
have Jonathan. Okay, go ahead. You've got a scene. Go for it.
I got something. So we've got our flamingo who we've got on the inside. Right now he's working the buffet. So I am going to kind of make my way over there. Again, like surrounded by otters, I'm massive, right? Like I'm 6'5", so already tall, but when I'm surrounded by otters and they're all coming up to like my knees, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm like Godzilla at this point, right? Like I'm a fucking kaiju around here.
Oh, the buffet's
I'm
so
just-
much shorter than you.
Oh yeah, like I am just reaching down. I have to like bend down to the buffet and everything. And as I do, I basically just kind of slide just a little note to him, and then as I reach to get myself some shrimp, some cocktail shrimp, and then a bit of shrimp bisque, I pull away a key card to that security door.
All right, absolutely, yeah. So, you're able to palm the key card, like, off of him.
Yep. All right. And I whisper into my earpiece, "I've got the key card. If you can get I'll slide that to you guys, and then see if I can distract the big guy."
Okay.
The voting has begun for whether or not we think this one is going to end well for Arthur or not. Like, regardless, you do have the key card. What did the note say to Bill?
It basically was just saying, "We can do something about your debt. Just act natural. Hand me the key card."
Hands you the key card, but also he hands you the key card underneath a couple of buffet tickets.
Yeah.
It's like, that'll get you access to the pineapple ice cream.
Ooh, that's some good stuff I hear.
He raises his voice. Pineapple ice cream, everybody! It's delicious. It comes in this really big, weird, curved cone. I really want to try it. I saw it on TikTok the other night. I'm very excited about it. So, oh yeah, this is gonna end positively. I'm pretty sure. So you have a second positive card on you, Arthur. So this ends positively. You've got the card. You've also got pineapple ice cream if you want it. It's delicious.
That's the most positive outcome of all time. If anything else happens, I can still die a happy man. I've got pineapple ice cream.
Right? Just amazing.
So he is impossible to see, or not to see, right? Like, everyone can see him.
Oh yeah, everybody's just like watching some of the like. I think
You
there
use
is
them
like
as a landmark in case they get lost.
And she's like,
In
"Where
real
are
life,
you?" I'm next to
same
the
deal.
tall guy.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, I'll make my way over there.
Ask him if he can grab that off the top shelf.
Will, how familiar does that sound?
All too familiar.
It's like, I can't reach him. Just ask him.
Maybe if we give him some pineapple ice cream, he'll grab that thing off the shelf for us.
We'll reach for pineapple ice cream.
Like, the only reason I thought of that right now is, like, literally, I saw a TikTok for, like, Hawaiian cones last night, which look like the coolest version of ice cream I've ever seen in my life. And I want those. It's just an incredibly long, like, super, like, soft ice cream cone that you eat the cone and the ice cream at the same time because it's like a hollow tube. I want that.
That sounds delicious. All right, so I think it's probably best if I kind of get an idea of which way Arthur would like for me to go. If he would like me to kind of just park myself at the like the slot machines, or go make a scene over with the blackjack table and kind of get like eyes off of the door, or whatnot. So I'm gonna go up to him and like fangirl out at him and just like do all the like bring attention a little bit, but not like almost in that way that's like, man, just leave the famous person alone, please. Kind
They're
of
currently
way.
trying to enjoy their ice cream, and you're just in their face.
Right.
And I decide I'm going to, in an effort to create a distraction here, I'm just gonna start kind of playing the diva a little bit. I'm like, ugh. I start like averting my eyes. Like I just, guys, I don't want. I'm just trying to have some peace here. I don't want to be distracted by all these otters. Go on about it. And I start raising my voice, and because I'm bigger than everybody, my voice carries, right? And what I think of maybe are small gestures here and there, of course, are a little louder and exaggerated just by virtue of the fact that my arms are massive and long, and just sheer wingspan, right? And I'm using this to try and create just a little bit of chaos, to the point where maybe the security guard is going to notice me and feel like he's got to intervene on my behalf, as he's getting mobbed by all these otters.
But I'm just like, I know the perfect place that's really quiet right now, and it's over by the slot machines. It's right over here.
A wave of otters.
And I'm just like, no, mine.
Hey, Elizabuff, this is all going on. Like, you see, like, on your cameras, if you're still in your office, or if you're on the floor making sure that all of these otters are doing well, keeping your eye out for Krieg, like, you are seeing the fact that Arthur, like, celebrity detective, well, not celebrity detective, but Echo famous detective, is here in your casino. And it looks like he is being, like, run up on by so many otters.
Yeah, so Elizabuff is down on the floor, and she's sort of like swept away by this crowd. They're like, oh, he's so famous. Like, people are going nuts. And someone, for some reason, they recognize Elizabuff as the owner. They run up to her, maybe 2 or 3 people. I might even say they're flamingos, actually. Maybe they're just, not employed here, flamingos, just random people. And they're like, oh my gosh, did you know he was here? And there's one of them sort of grabs her. And it causes pretty much all of her security to go into a big whirlwind of just panic. I'm going to say that Bill I Am and probably the flamingo at the security door are going to rush over and try to save Elizabuff from these, like, crazed fangirls, while the rest of her security is trying to calm down the wave of people that are just attacking Arthur, essentially.
Absolutely.
Some of them are probably pulling out books wanting him to sign them, like cozy detective novel type
what
books.
What are some
like
of the titles of these detective novels? I need to know what the Arthur was it Four Tusks?
Arthur Four Tusks, yes.
What is like the Arthur Four Tusks line of old lady detective novels?
So they're going to be things like C is for catastrophe, or M is for
bombshell.
B is for bombshell. Yeah. Yeah, like they're alphabetical. And it's going to be like A is for autopsy, B is for bombshell, C is for, you get the idea.
Oh my god.
It's going to make it really easy for collectors to keep them in order on their bookshelf too. So really, people appreciate that.
It was right up until he got up to R, and then like he changed styles completely. Like the books are a different
No.
size and a different shape. You know what I mean? It's
no,
they're much thicker all of a sudden, and
Well,
he
it's-
And the
changed like
fonts.
Yeah, the publisher decided to change up the layout of the spine, so they changed up the everything, and so then like once you got up to a certain point, like they had hired different cover artists, different designers, and everything. They did this without my consent, by the way. Like, I mean, granted, this is the publisher is in evil, so that sort of thing is kind of to be expected. And then, of course, they re-released the entire series in the new format so that everyone would have to buy everything up to R in the new format if they wanted to keep their bookshelves pristine.
Okay, listen, this is too real and it's starting to hurt. You can't see my face, but I need you to know that betrayal.
Before
I
every
love
book,
what-
if you combined it together, it would show a picture, and then it just stops.
But yeah,
after
like
R,
if you put them
and so
side by
it's just-
side, it was all one continuous image, right up until R, which is a completely different art style, and just looks like. I'm not saying it's terrible, like it's perfectly fine, but you were used
Okay.
to one way until the R. Like
And
I
each
love
one
that this
after
is.
R is completely different, so they make no
Yeah,
sense.
right. They
put
don't even
together.
combine.
This is, I think, this is every book lover's nightmare here.
It really is my own personal hell because like I was like collecting the comics Kill 6 Billion Demons, and the first two are normal comic book like larger size like they look nice, and then the third one is half the size but twice as thick, and I'm like I hate you.
Uh-huh.
The re-release is all different sizes as well, so you've got up and down because
Yep.
the artists wanted it a certain way.
The Wizard of Oz that was drawn by Scotty Young. The first four are this digest size, and then the last one is like a lot thinner and a lot taller and a lot wider.
Excellent. So, like, despite how absolutely hellish that is, in the world of the series, it still ended positively for you, Vidra. So does that mean did you take the key card from him as he's being swamped?
I think that because he got noticed by all of the old people that want his autograph, I probably palmed the key card. And like he's over by the buffet, and so I know exactly where the security room is. And I think I'm just gonna head in there myself.
Absolutely. All right. So like Vidra's scene ends with the security door closing behind her as she like gets in. All right, it is time for either Elizabuff or Krieg. Just for the record, Krieg, you see Elizabuff for sure. Like she is like got her security around her. They've got her fangirls under control. Like some really like excited prospective like show dancers and stuff. You know, they really very excited. You see Arthur getting swamped. He's signing books for all of the elderly. You did happen to see Vidra like palm the card as she walked past him though, so you can be fully aware that Vidra's in the security room. You're at your blackjack table. So far you're breaking even, I think. Or maybe losing a little bit because your last card was negative.
Probably losing a little bit. All thanks to Clarence, so he's kind of like, you should go in on this. I'm like, no, that's a terrible idea. Nah, he does it anyways.
He just keeps yelling all in and spitting his teeth on the table. It's like, that's
So
not even how this
disgusting.
game works.
I think now that she's down here, the manager's office is probably open at this point, right? So I'm gonna see if I can't make my way over there, because you need a break from Clarence. Everyone knows this. If you've been around him for more than 30 minutes, you just got to get a break from him. Wander my way through it and see if I can't make my way up to the manager's office, see if I can't do a little snooping.
Doing a little snooping.
I've got a relationship card. I'm gonna let Elizabuff come up with the secret because I played the card. We both know there's a secret here.
Ooh. Oh no, it's been a hot minute since I played a flamingo. So, you start talking about the snooping that you're doing, and I'm gonna come up with a secret. Give me a minute.
All right. So I would imagine due to all the chaos, I'm able to pretend it's like, hey, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. This might take a while because I'm old, and the colostomy bag is kind of wearing on me. So I'm gonna make my way over there, and of course, directly go the opposite way of the bathroom and head towards the manager's office. I get stopped a couple times because, I'm old, but they just assume I'll get there eventually. I just
Clarence,
keep.
as you try to leave the table, gives you a big pat on the back. He's just like, "Good luck, friend. I know exactly what it's like." And he puts his teeth in upside down.
Just kind of cringe at that. So you keep walking away, making my way over there, and I just kind of mumble to myself how the women in their books and their celebrities and people just kind of ignore me because I'm not attached by the craze, so they're just like, oh, he doesn't care. He's one of those guys who hates the books and is just grumbling and being an old man about all these fancy new books.
All of these women all around Arthur right now. So I heard there's in the just around the grapevine. There's a little are they actually working on a movie for C is for Catastrophe?
I heard it was the D for Destruction was the one that was going to be the movie.
C is for Destruction had my favorite love interest of Arthur. It's such a shame that she died in such a tragic way.
It's a terrible thing to have happened.
I thought you weren't a fan of the books, you liar.
Well,
You've
my
read
wife
'em.
forces me.
You've read them.
Not by choice. My wife forces me to read them so that she can talk to me about them. And when she gets back from her book club, she tells me all about it, and I have to indulge her because she is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Excuse me while I enter this room over here.
And she's like, "Oh,
All right, so I know what secret he's gonna find.
yep."
I can't remember all of the details though, so you're gonna have to help me out here.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Back in the day when they went to that witch's cottage, for dinner, and Elizabuff found that she was doing. Was she creating anomalies or like portals, or what was that?
This is Alan literally just looking at the ceiling, trying to remember everything that's happened in this game.
No, that's okay. She was.
Oh yeah.
Whatever that witchcraft was, she's doing it. Elizabuff is trying to recreate it, and she is so close to getting there. I mean, I'll let you be the decider of how close and what she's done.
Here's the secret that you're gonna learn, Krieg. The massive success of Elizabuff's casino, the fact that every time you have seen a sign for a show coming up, it's you are drawn to it. You want to go to that show. The fact that when Elizabuff puts up a sign that says "Help Wanted Dancers," they show up in droves and swamp her with people. The fact that this place is full at noon on a fucking Sunday is because Elizabuff has been using the ink that Dr. Myers invented from the corruption to influence people. The way that this ink works is once you propaganda all over the city that we saw in you guys' game. It's that same stuff, Arthur and Vidra. It's being repeated here. Elizabuff got her hands on it, and she is printing posters with it. This is like... But yeah, it is working very similar. You are able to change the world around this. Like, this whole city is way more, because Elizabuff is kind of turning herself into, like... Gardener's too strong of a word. And it's too strong of a thing, but Elizabuff's doing the goddamn thing.
Gaining that power.
Gaining that power, for sure. Is it... Elizabuff, I think, is getting known as a capital L librarian.
And I feel like how this ends negatively for me is that the door opened and I have to hide somewhere. So I pick a hiding spot, and now I'm stuck in here because I can't leave, because if I jump out, they'll know I was in here. So I'm kind of just stuck in this room now, because I can't leave anywhere, because they'll find out. So I'm probably like either like under the desk, or like a broom closet, or like under a bed or something.
I was gonna say sticking to the wall, trying to pretend that you're camouflaged, but you're dressed as an otter, so it doesn't really work.
In a purple Hawaiian shirt, no less.
An Hawaiian shirt, just stuck above. Nika says stuck above the door.
Oh,
Just kind of like stuck here because I can't move, because if I do, they'll see me, and if they see me, they'll know I was in here. So I'm just kind of stuck in this room now. It's part of the decoration.
So I assume that the crowd has dispersed, and Elizabuff has gone up to the Arthur admirers, and she's like, all right, we'll schedule a book signing, please. Arthur's just here as a patron. Leave him alone. Go away. Go gamble. I want your money. Go on. Go now. And they've
Here's
dispersed
like a free
the whole
ticket
thing.
to a show or something. Please just
Yup,
leave.
here, have some ice cream. Like, go. And all her security
Well, I love
has
ice
gone
cream.
back to where they belong. So there's security back outside her office door now.
And
Like, go ahead.
so I just in an effort to try and give the people what they want, I'm like, regarding that A is for Autopsy movie, I hear they're casting Jeremy Renner in the lead role. I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, damn.
Shit, who is Jeremy Renner in our universe, and did he also get hit by a snowplow?
Almost certainly. He's just
By
Jeremy.
his own snowplow.
Was he hit by his own snowplow? I thought it was
Yes.
I thought somebody like came around the corner and hit him.
No, it
No,
was his.
it was his own.
God damn it.
I mean,
That guy got
the whole
fucked up.
situation is actually kind of tragic. Like,
Yeah, it's really sad. I saw the fact that
It
he's,
could have
like,
been
pulling
worse,
that off.
though. So,
Yeah, it could've
like,
been worse.
we
He
can
could've been
laugh.
poor.
But
Like, if he was poor, he just never would have made it. Like,
Right.
when I saw, like, it's like, I'm full of so much titanium, I'm like, yeah, that could have saved so many other people's lives. I'm not saying I want you to die, not by any means, but, like, we need to get this medical system under control. Sorry, that's a little, like, just me, Alan, being,
no, I gotcha.
like, save the celebrities. Fuck that, save everybody. Sorry. Political commentary. In this RTTRPG, that's crazy.
In this Christian Minecraft server? Oh dear.
I haven't heard anybody say in this Christian Minecraft server in forever. Alright. Not Katori, you're Elizabuff. How's the rest of this scene going? Like, you've got Arthur, like, away from people. Like, he's... Like, you guys have been cleared off enough space. You're not alone on the casino floor, but close enough to alone. What is the final scene before the turn?
That goes
Hmm.
terribly.
Oh god, it does go terribly.
Oh. I haven't even told you guys what I'm doing. Wait, oh no, I don't. I tell you how my things go, don't I?
Oh, yeah, do you want me to give you a scene? I can give you a scene
Oh,
right now.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
alright,
oh gosh,
sorry.
yeah. I don't
Sorry, everybody.
I feel like
Ignore
it's
that
not Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. So, yeah, the scene is, Bill Bill I am salutes you. He's just like, I'll go like guard your office, ma'am. And he like takes to walking upstairs. And Krieg, you hear footsteps right outside the door, and like somebody like working their keys, and they are going to be opening Elizabuff's door in a moment. Don't worry about that right now. But Elizabuff, like you are right next to Arthur. Like you see, he has just signed his last novel of an old lady as she goes back and grabs herself some ice cream. She also does top all of her ice cream with it's basically what if bacon bits were made out of shrimp, little like brine shrimp situation. It's delightful for some people, but other people it definitely turns their stomach.
Okay.
So, you have the whole casino floor in front of you. You see Arthur there. He is like standing there. It would be suspicious to you that's like such an acclaimed person is in your place. You also do notice everything around you going on. There's a bunch of otters. You don't feel great about your security guard leaving his post, but you were bum rushed. You said that yourself.
Yep.
And-
So, I'll Elizabeth gives Arthur like a solid nod of hello, and she'll say, I have a lot of business to attend to. I'm sure you understand. I would like to set up that book signing with you, though, in the future. We should really meet soon in regards to that.
Yes, we definitely do. I see that I seem to have underestimated my fandom here. And I would really appreciate your help, maybe arranging some sort of security presence to make this a little more orderly. These impromptu signings never go well. And so anything to help manage that chaos a little bit would be super helpful. Yeah, I think we should definitely have a meeting to discuss this. And I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
Splendid. I look forward to meeting with you again. And then Elizabeth turns to the guard who had slowly started walking past the food back to the security door. She turns to him and says, make sure Arthur gets everything he needs. And then she turns back to Arthur and says, hopefully you don't underestimate anyone in your current endeavors and future endeavors as well. And then gives him a nod and walks away.
You think that was a positive? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I again give a nod of respect. You don't live as long as I have where I've lived by underestimating anyone.
Absolutely lovely.
So that sounded positive as a positive scene,
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Yeah. So here comes the turn, everybody. I'm gonna flip over all of our cards, and for Elizabeth is the only one that has to worry about it. Wait, can you guys right-click your cards and just click flip over? Can you do that? A flip card?
Yeah, I can.
All right, excellent. You guys can do it yourselves then.
Hold on.
What you were looking to do? Oh, we're just flipping all
Wait.
of those ones.
So
Oh,
wait,
just your positive ones, the positive or negative ones.
I don't know what.
Oh, my
wait,
bad.
wait. Where? What?
Right next to your icon. There we go.
Oh, are we getting that taken care of? Cool.
There you go.
Thank you.
And I could do it to everybody, so yeah.
Elizabeth, you are a -2 because you have 5 negative but 3 positive. Krieg, you are -8 Vidra, you are a positive 8, and Arthur is a positive 7. So the turn is going to be 1 from Krieg, 1 from Vidra. Either one of you, both of you, pick one of these two things, and then that becomes fact. So for Vidra, it is failure. Someone or something survives against all the odds. Okay. Or failure, a tiny mistake leads to ruin. Like, one of these has to happen. And for...
Do I choose, or does it...
Yeah, you choose. And, like, it can be however you want it to be. And somebody else can take it and run as well. Like, we just know that that if this was a movie, that would happen.
Okay.
And for Krieg, innocence, someone is not so innocent after all, or innocence, somebody blissfully ignores the obvious signs.
So I like the someone or something survives against the odds, personally. But
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll just make that a real thing now. And how about you, Krieg?
Well, I feel like I'm gonna go with that one. Someone is not so innocent after all, because I think it's funnier.
It's Clarence this whole time. Alright, so, like, second half of the movie picks up. Like, last thing we saw, Vidra going into the office, going into the security office, Arthur agreeing to meet with Elizabuff at some point about security. Krieg is currently stuck on the wall in Elizabuff's office. And Elizabuff has just told the security guards to give Arthur whatever he needs. I believe, this isn't a scene. I would just want to give everybody a little, like, something.
Mm-hmm.
Vidra, do you see multiple camera sources all over the place? All over the floor? That one old woman that is, like, rivals with your grandmother hasn't won a single one. She just keeps going from one machine to the other, and she's just losing over and over again. Clarence has gotten himself quite a good amount of money. He's really good at blackjack. Or he's just very lucky.
I have a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything that I can do from here to just kind of make one of my rival, or my grandma's rival, otter, like, just win big, like, from, like, have like 3 or 4 of them just go all at once?
Yeah, why wouldn't there be? Like, we could put, like, as many weird things that, like, dude, is there just a pay, like, Elizabuff, is there just a payout button in here? Like, this is a good question for Elizabuff. Are your slot machines rigged?
Trying to think. You know what? I don't think all of them are, but I think that some of them are. Especially if... Yeah, I don't think all of them are. I think that there's obviously here among, like, all, as there are in other places, there's a governing committee that comes by that's, I don't know what they are, probably owls, to make sure that there's no cheating going on. So she doesn't have every single machine rigged. But a few of them are. She doesn't want to make it obvious.
There's a governing body of owls that make sure everybody follows the rules. I'm just like, this
everybody
is just
that's not them.
Is this true?
I don't know. Is it? It's up to you.
No, absolutely. I guess it is now. Oh my God, what? Official win-lose statistics, owls.
Nice.
So, Vijay, you wanted them to win or to lose? I'm sorry.
Oh no,
got
I
lost
want
in
to
the thought.
just like let go a whole bunch of it. Just like win big, like a whole bunch of them just go at once. Kind of like
Yeah.
those ones that like push the coins ever so slightly towards the front.
I got you. Oh, absolutely. All right. So you see her like go up and like put a coin in, and she doesn't get a win, and then she go. Can you? Oh, and she goes up again, and that's when you. Oh yeah,
Like I
Beak,
hit a
Feather, and Bones did have a governing body of owls. So, man, Beak, Feather, and Bones would be good to play in Consonant, wouldn't it? That makes sense. There's a lot of little factions here. So yeah, this is just spilling out coins.
Mhm. Like there's like a button to make it go further forward and actually dump off all the coins and stuff.
Everybody wants Vidra to win. Like, I'm just seeing like positivity. It's like, yep, okay. I'm just gonna give you the positive card, even though it's not even halfway done. I assume everybody just wants you to. I think everybody just wants Vidra and Arthur to have all positive cards. I'm pretty convinced of this. So it goes great. Everybody's like looking that direction. What are we looking to do with this, Vidra? Is it just more distraction? Are you trying to find other things in this room? Are you trying to buy yourself time?
So I figure that if the slot machines all go at once, that it's going to grab all of the attention away from Arthur, from all the otters, who are just going to swarm and try picking it up.
Like Arthur to like leave the room or something.
Well, no, so that like if Arthur needs to like not be in the swarm of otters for any reason, like if he has any plans that he wants to do, that he's not just trying to like extricate himself. This is also like the other otters are all obviously altruistic and doing this to help our rival person. Mostly like between you and me, she's got a gambling problem and is in so much debt.
So much debt. That makes the characters in this game like really like weird too. As ask Alianne, he's really strange when he's in debt. But yeah, so they're all scooping up the coins. Krieg, you hear like the door starts to open to the office, and then like is left to crack open as you hear footsteps like hurriedly rushing away from the door, and you hear them like going down the stairs to check on the winnings. Elizabuff, one of your machines, like some of your machines are really paying out right now. All of these otters are super excited about it. You know, the house always wins anyway, so like you're not actually losing a lot of money. It's just a bunch of coins hitting the floor. Floory.
Is that when I pick like a card that from my negative or positive?
Oh, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do it.
Oh, okay.
Only the people with the two highest or lowest. The person with the highest and the person with the lowest, which was Krieg with the lowest and Vidra with the highest. Like you guys, you don't have to worry about it unless you want to. Like if you think like adding it makes it better, absolutely.
I mean, she could always say like she trusted the wrong person with like when to flip the switches on which machines to do the thing. She's trusted the wrong person to maintain that because too many machines are going berserk at the same time.
Oh,
they're
no.
not supposed to. Yeah, they're not supposed to be like 5 of them at once. One every 2 hours, sort of thing, was what the company policy is.
Elizabuff's firing the security guard that was just doing his job. Not even Bill I Am. Bill I Am is like was sent to the other place. We don't have to do that, but like, does
No, I
anybody
don't
have
think
a
she's
scene
gonna
that they want?
fire anybody.
Krieg, what like what is your scene, Krieg? Like you are hiding in this office. The door got opened, but like who the security guard that was going to come in got distracted because he's bad at his job and also on the
Yeah.
take.
I feel like I need to leave the room and either make my way towards the vault or make my way somewhere else. Because we've canvassed the room and we've got some good distractions. So I feel like I should either continue the heist or try and get... because we don't need any more distractions. So that's what I'm thinking.
Right. So on you right now, Krieg, is you have proof. You have proof of Elizabuff using this ink to like the propaganda ink that we know about. Like we know that she uses it. We know that she's been using it to like make her to make Consonant a more attractive, tourist location. Like, it's going really well. It's a nice looking town. It got fixed up from the last time you were here. They got a nice senior situation going on. Are you heading to the vault? And what does that look like? Also, Rupert's yelling.
After getting some evidence, I feel like once I get back down and I see all the otters on one side of the room, all the security making their way towards that side of the room, I'd like to try and, start the robbery, I guess, since all eyes are away from everything else. So this would probably be the best time to make our way down there.
I'm gonna stay in the office and I'm gonna look to find any way to open that vault door for watch until my fellows are near the vault and get them a way in.
So is this the scene of like the movie where we are watching it from Vidra's point of view, just
Through the cameras?
one camera as Krieg like didn't like then he scurries. Again, he is a gecko dressed as an otter, as an old man otter. Just in case in case anybody forgot, that's how ridiculous we're dealing with right now.
And the tallest man in the room is also one of our accomplices.
That just got done signing a bunch of soft cover books.
Yeah. Is the vault more sideways or is it more underground? Do I have to go down or do I just have to go across, do you think?
You guys tell me.
You're the one with the map.
I would say I want to go down because gotta love that elevator scene.
Just Krieg standing in an elevator alone as just elevator music plays.
Okay, this is where I swap disguises. So now I'm no longer an old aged otter. I'm a flamingo now. I have to get out the stilts and then the pink paint and the fancy bird mask. Because I'm too short to be a flamingo, so I've got to get the stilts so I can get a little bit taller.
Krieg, I've got the perfect name for you.
Okay.
Barreled.
Barreled?
Berald.
All right.
We got tied, so I'm gonna ask you, Krieg. Did it end positively for you? Like you're at the bottom, like you're there.
I'm gonna
Like,
go
it
with
tied.
probably stick with the negative. Now that I'm at the bottom and there are a bunch of guards, so I'm not able to get to the vault because they're like, "Oh, what are you doing here? It's break time. We're on the shift change. You got to come with us." So I'm being funneled into the break room instead of funneled towards the vault because I got the off shift of the break change. So I'm now stuck in a room full of flamingos on their break. talking about stuff I don't care about, or grabbing some snacks, or just playing cards, waiting for the next shift change.
What is Jerry short for anything? Gerald, that's right. So yeah, Gerald. So it's Barryold. Oh shit, Barryold. Is Barry short for it? Bartholomew.
Yep.
Jartholomew.
Jartholomew. Jartholomew is my new favorite. Alright, so, Vidra, through the cameras, you see the fact that, Krieg has made it all the way to the outside of the vault, but there is significantly more security down there than we expected.
He got roped into the wrong side of the shift change, so now he's stuck.
I'm kind of curious because I'm also following Arthur. Like, where has Arthur gone?
So at this point, Arthur is working to rustle up some general security guard disguises that he could use. So he's got to find a way to extricate himself that makes him look at least a little less conspicuous.
I'm sure that there are some in this like office space, like some of their uniforms. You're just kind of you're gonna have to find something that's big enough for you.
Yeah, I mean these are made for flamingos, so obviously it's going to be a challenge. But yeah, he's going to, I guess, attempt to find something that will at least obscure his face. Something like that he can at least hide the tusks, you know.
I'm sure that there are some things like beak extenders for those that are self-conscious about the size of theirs.
Yeah, that's probably it. And he finds some pink face paint and uses that. So now he's just like this giant hulking flamingo.
Like that other security guard.
Yeah, exactly.
I am really waiting on the chat's like vote for this one, whether or not this goes positively or negatively, because either one could go hilarious.
And so we're gonna probably plan out your path for where you're gonna go, right?
Yeah, and so my thought is, if it goes shit, I'm gonna just use myself as a distraction so Krieg can get out of his jam. That's my plan, and if it works, I'll see if I can send them away, and then we can go in together.
Neck and neck there.
Yeah.
Some of you guys might be like rooting for the tie situation, but if you guys make it a tie, it just means I'm having Arthur choose. Like, a tie doesn't like make me do both, just for the record. Like, I was worried that people were doing the tie because it was like, oh, we get to do both. It's just like, hey, it's just gonna be one.
Well,
So, while you are getting your disguise ready, like in the other room, as like it's paying out, the big security guard has to like go out there. Also, Billy Am came back downstairs. Bill I Am came from upstairs. And he is like, just so you know, Elizabuff, Bill I Am might not be doing the best job right now. Like, you sent him to guard your office, and he's back down here already.
I've noted it. It's been noticed. Elizabuff is aware.
Yeah. It looks like it's ending positively. So yeah, absolutely. Arthur, you are fully dressed as a large flamingo. Like, just...
Holy shit, I can't believe that worked. So,
I'm not sure if this says more, or, like, does it say more about your disguise abilities, or less about the flamingo's intelligence?
I think it has to be the flamingo's overall intelligence. Or maybe there's something else at play. I don't know. But, so I kind of make my way down, and so then I find the guards that have Krieg cornered, and I go, "Hey, did you guys hear that? Looks like Jartholomew's birthday was just yesterday, and they brought in a cake for him. It's all shrimp flavored. You got to go check it out."
Pineapple shrimp.
Pineapple shrimp cake. Yeah.
Pineapple shrimp cake. It's just like, everybody's just like, okay. And this was in front of the door? Did we got all of the security guards gone from that?
I'm like, hey, I'll cover you guys. You go enjoy the cake while you can, you know?
Yeah, look at him. He can cover the whole hallway without anyone getting past him.
See these wings?
All right.
I'm gonna wait until I see all of them kind of go away, and then like work on getting the vault door unlocked, because I'm sure it's gonna make some noise. Like hit the button from the security room.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And while everybody is out there, like, we see the security, like, all, like, getting, like, elbow to elbow in the elevator, which the flamingo, so it's like really easy to stack all of them in the elevator. And then, Elizabuff, what's going on with you?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, Elizabuff. I've got a couple scene ideas. I think one is very funny, that it is while Arthur is like sneaking into those disguises, like Vidra's watching him on the camera. Maybe not like watching him change, but there's modesty, discretion, if you will. I think a really fun scene could be Elizabuff is in that room talking about the real plans with Arthur.
Oh, man. I think that would require consent.
If you want to have a conversation about something of that nature, I'm game to have that conversation if we want to do that.
While you're stripping.
I mean, I could be behind a screen or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
This big, like very big Vegas screen behind it, like a fan dancer's screen.
Okay. So Elizabuff, he's behind Arthur's behind a screen, and Elizabuff walks in, sort of plops down on the chair. He's taken off his hat and put it on the chair, so she plops his hat onto her head. And she's like, well, this has been fun.
I'm like, and I respond, "You're telling me." I never thought I thought it would be a lot harder to get Krieg trapped out of this, but at least we've got him where we want him. He knows what he needs to know. The next step, did you plant the device in the vault?
Oh, yes, I did that this morning after our bookkeeping session.
Excellent. All right. So here's the next steps. I'm gonna go ahead and just tell your guards to pretend that I am the most convincing flamingo ever. They'll just have them go play along, right? And get us out. Let us out here. Once we get back, we'll take all the loot, including the transmitter, onto the boat. We'll take the boat back to Bobbert's. Once I've got the loot in Bobbert's vault, I'll trigger the transmitter to transmit your goons in. Then they can bamf out with all of Bobbert's loot as well. And then from there, it's just a matter of arranging payment.
Of course. And of course you'll be paid handsomely for this. Honestly, I don't really even want Bobbert's money. I have more than he has. It's just getting even.
I figured. He doesn't actually have all that much anyway. And in the meantime, I just kind of took a disliking to him, so that's really mostly why I'm on for this. So, yeah, we'll go from there. And in the meantime, yeah, I've got a little bit of information about Krieg that you might find useful as well in this arrangement. Specifically, that he has been the chief. Basically, he's been selling null metal through the Sharp Dressed Men imprint to a collective of media manipulating otters. Use that how you see fit.
Naughty gecko. That's okay. I'll keep that morsel for later. Also, I'll keep your suit and your hat, and you can come back for it when this is all done, including your payment.
Okay, we can figure out a way to do this.
The guards should give you no problem. They never question the biggest beak in the room.
Sounds perfect. All right. So next steps, we'll get down in there and we'll get all the loot out, and then it's just a simple matter of screwing over Bobbert. I've got my gal Isold on the inside, and she's ready to help us on that side as well. Even got her a job there.
Perfect. And of course, I have my insurances as well. So don't worry.
She's probably going to need a new job after this.
It's possible. I'll give her a job as long as she does her part.
She's a professional.
Perfect. Love doing business with you, darling. And she just stands up with his hat still on and walks out of the room.
All right. So, all right. That's hilarious. All right. So, how I know the rest of this goes down is Krieg, you and Arthur are going to be able to get into that vault and rob them blind. Like, it looks like you guys have a ton of stuff. Like, I think the important part of this, Elizabuff, is everything else was well within, like, your idea. Like, you guys have placed this transponder. It is somehow going to help a bunch of flamingos teleport from continent into the vault. Like, that is going to happen 100%, or they're going to be able to get out just fine. Krieg, you don't know anything about any of this. Like, you don't know that part of the plan. It's like, you are here to hurt Elizabuff and, like, take her down a peg. But what you did learn is the fact that she is using the ink. Like, that is important. It's not mind control, like, completely, but it is subtle. Like, it seems more believable. So, like, any advertisement that she does, is like more effective. I'm gonna flip everybody's cards, and then we are gonna do like an epilogue of you guys telling me how things worked out. I add up everybody's points. For Elizabuff ended at 0, and 0 is like the worst that you can. So I don't know if that actually is gonna work for this situation because it did work out too great. Alright, so -9 for Krieg, +9 for Vidra, +10 for Arthur, and 0 for... Right, give me 1 second.
What does my 2 card say?
Oh, sorry. It said...
A showdown.
Oh, and a showdown. Oh, is the next... We can save that for the next part, absolutely. Like, the next time Elizabuff and Bobbert deal with each other is like a real, honest showdown. Like, those two have to have it off.
Okay.
So
Sign me
it's-
up.
For Krieg, comically bad. An absolute fiasco, but in a hilarious way. You might have lost everything, but at least you have an epic tale of misfortune to come back to. But that doesn't work either because... Alright. I don't think these cards are going to tell us what actually happens here. You all... Tell me what happens here. How does this go as one big scene? Like, what does it look like?
I can tell my half if you'd like.
Absolutely.
So when me and Arthur are able to get into the vault, most of the stuff gets taken. Some of it's going to where Arthur wants, and then some of it's going to where I want. And then we all make it out, and then afterwards, the Clarence, he wasn't so innocent as he was working for me the entire time, trying to just win as much as possible. And so we're meeting up afterwards, and we're sharing. He's not sharing the winnings of the blackjack table, and then we kind of just go our separate ways afterwards.
Alright, so Krieg still made it out of this, like, loaded.
Profit.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, it just looked like it went bad for Krieg, but Krieg was triple-crossing everybody the whole time.
Yeah. So to everybody else, it looks like I failed miserably because I had to go out as. I had to spend a lot of money, so to speak, at a flamingo restaurant, casino, which I don't like. And then I had to spend time with this old man, which is never fun. And then I get half the money is going to Bobbert, who I am only okay with. And then I end up in compromising situations the whole time. But in the end, I actually make out with a lot of money.
Absolutely, like, getting out of there was Clarence ever actually an otter? Or was he, say, a big salamander in disguise? That's why he was playing with his dentures the whole time. He doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, we can go with that. He was
Just-
if you looked really, really closely, you see his clothes weren't actually furry underneath them. It was just a lot of clothes to hide.
Nobody wanted to look at him because he was just, like, so fucking off-putting. And every time you looked at him, he tried to pinch you.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of gender. Or, like, body type. He was pinching everybody.
Ew.
Making himself so disgusting. No one wanted to look at him, so no one paid attention to him while he ran away with the money.
So... Alright, what... But you definitely did not take the device, correct? Krieg, like, we're not ending this with Krieg took the device and put it in his own vault, so we're robbing Krieg's vault instead of Bobbert's?
No, Bobbert.
Okay.
Bobbert got screwed over.
Okay, we're still on Bobbert got the bad end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Vidra, you're in the security room. Were you in on Arthur's plan the whole time?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you see it go off without a hitch.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make sure that I gather up all of the rest of Arthur's clothes, so that he doesn't have to, like, walk of shame back up.
Oh, of course.
Also, so that he doesn't get mobbed by a bunch of flamingos that are mad that there is no shrimp and pineapple cake.
Oh, they're gonna be furious about that. She's like, which floor did you say the shrimp? They come back down. Which floor with that shrimp and pineapple cake on?
By
I
the
actually
time
disable the elevator before they can do that.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry, Arthur and Krieg. I know you're carrying a bunch of treasure, but you got to take the stairs.
I had like day before this. I'll be
No,
fine.
the down elevator.
Oh, okay.
The one that they're
There's
in.
2 elevators. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. My
The one
bad.
that they're in, they're going down. I'm just gonna trap all the security flamingos in the one elevator, and then the other elevator is the one that my buddies are free to use.
So there is a elevator completely full of flamingos packed in like sardines,
Hmm.
and you've turned that one off.
Yes. So they're
Absolutely.
probably calling security, like the office, trying to figure out what's wrong, and I'm just
Oh yeah.
giving them the runaround because it's funny.
Is Bill up there? Cause like we're not moving. I keep hitting the up button and it's not going anywhere.
So try both the up and the down buttons. See if it'll go up.
I'm trying the up button. It's not going anywhere. You want me to
No,
try the down button?
I'm gonna actually make it so it can only go up for them right now, because it's gonna deliver them right back to where they came from. They just can't go to the vault.
Every floor but the vault works.
It just keeps goes up, up, up. Elizabuff, like you're like somebody has been in your office, but according to just talking with Arthur, everything is going to plan. The only part that's not going to plan is the fact that you know Krieg was around here somewhere, but there's been a big gap of you not knowing where he is. You know where he's gonna be. You know he's gonna be robbing the safe. But like something has been taken from your office. Do you realize that your secret about your propaganda paper is out? Or is that just like missed? Like, do we not know that?
That's a good question. I feel like what did Krieg take? I guess that matters if I would notice or not.
Oh yeah, Krieg, do you have one of the IV bottles of that ink? Because that ink comes in IV like form, for the record. It's like the bags.
Yeah, knowing Krieg, if you found out that there was a way to subtly influence people, he would probably want to take that for himself, so we can do the same thing. So he probably would have taken some of the IV bags.
Oh, absolutely, Elizabuff.
You'd
one
have
of
to
the
leave
bags
one
is
just in
missing.
case, because you can't take them all, of course.
She's totally gonna notice that.
All right,
100%.
It's not like there was a ton of people here that like you wouldn't be able to like point the finger at. Vidra and Arthur were in on it the whole time with you.
Yeah, it's obvious that it's Krieg.
All right, Arthur. How do? Sorry. Go ahead. Finish, please.
Also, I feel like knowing that it wasn't a lack of trust for Arthur, but it's a lack of trust for Bobbert and how this plan was going to shape out. So knowing that she also took like half of her gold, half of her money, and put it elsewhere, but she put like, I don't know if it exists, but a way to track it.
Oh, absolutely. There's ways of tracking your coins.
So she did that thing.
Absolutely. So, just fun question. Is that all of your coins that you track all the time? Or is it just like you have certain coins that you just mix in?
I have certain. Well, I don't know. How does it work? Is it just like a broad spectrum enchantment? Is it like, how does that work?
It could be. Certainly. Like, you could have like a really wide like tracker thing. It doesn't you don't know who has it, but at any time, like, you know who took coins from this specific set of from this casino up and I'm gonna say it works as long as it's inside the casino, and the second it leaves the casino, you have about a week where you get to track all of those, and then eventually the magic wears off.
Ah, okay. I was so out of character. I was trying to set up for like another confrontation at a later date
Oh, then
with
absolutely.
Krieg and Elizabuff if Toast is in for it. Like if he wants to do that.
Sure. Since I'm probably, I don't want to say sensitive to gold, but just because it came from someone else who's been known to be extremely smart and everything else, I probably wouldn't take them to my main location, so they'd probably get spread around to the various restaurants. But I would be okay with meeting up again and be like, let's go, kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. So I guess it doesn't need to be enchanted. We just like Krieg knows he has dirt on me. I have dirt on him. We can like send each other hate love
Yeah.
notes.
Hate
Yeah.
to love.
Krieg
Yeah.
has just moved on from one flamingo to like being angry at another flamingo.
Instead of hating Bobbert with a passion, I now hate Elizabeth with a passion. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
wait, just as another thought though, just a random one. Like, would he really hate Elizabuff? Could they turn it into a friendship because of
We both hate Bobbert.
both hate Bobbert, but also like freaking love money?
Like a business friendship, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
So
starts off with
things to
hate,
consider.
then you realize you both have the same interests, and you're like, we could be business friends, but we don't like enough to go any farther.
Right. Enemies to business besties.
Okay.
Absolutely. And Arthur, what I need from your scene is Krieg still believes that this right here is a heist. Like, you and Vidra know that you guys can get out just fine because Elizabuff is letting you through. What does your escape look like?
So we go out onto the boat, and I'm just sitting here. Something's bugging me. We've got all of these explosives on here, and we haven't found a good use for them yet. So there's got to be something that we can use it for. And then the idea hits me as we're riding off as we're speeding off into the sunset, the wind in our hair. We see some police boats chasing behind us. So I give the signal to Vidra, and the barrels basically just fly out behind us. And then, so basically you have this speedboat backlit by explosions that basically throw off all of the pursuit as we make our way back to the Silver Thimble with the loot, and then we get back, and it's one of those scenarios where we make our way back to Bobbert's casino, and then we plant we basically are able to figure a timer on the transceivers. A bunch of flamingos appear, and then I'm gonna let Elizabeth tell me, do the flamingos make it back safely? What do you think?
That's a good question.
It's like, according to these cards, you guys' plans, at least as far as Arthur and Vidra went off without a hitch. Like, it went perfectly. Like, so it is completely up to you whether or not Elizabuff, whether or not you believe, like, did you end up with the contents of Bobbert's Vault?
Yes. Yeah, because then it would make sense for like a Elizabuff Bobbert showdown at a later date.
It does make sense. The
And with
go ahead.
So with that, they make it back, and then meanwhile, posters start going up over the Silver Thimble, talking about how Bobbert is so incompetent he can't even keep money in the vault at his casino. He can't even cover his bets. And they just start going up everywhere. And of course, they're written in corrupted ink.
So we have propaganda saying that Bobbert, like, his like sorry, I thought I heard like somebody trying our door.
Weird.
We have posters up everywhere say that Bobbert is currently broke and he's incompetent. We know, as a character, like, this is just propaganda. We know Bobbert is actually pretty competent. Like, this must have been like an elaborate situation to get one up on him. And like, yeah, he's broke, but he is like you just said, he is trying to cover the fact that he is broke himself. Like, he's like, no, I can cover my bets. We're only closed because of redecorating. Like, we didn't close the casino because we can't cover the bets. Well, we're gonna pay out. It's just redecorating, everybody.
And then, meanwhile, I send Isolde. Isolde takes off up to
Consonant.
up to Consonant, and is going to now basically take a role as a security consultant for Elizabuff, and essentially use that as a way to make sure that she is safe from the forces back at Evil, who are still gunning for her.
It's like, absolutely, yeah, that'll, like, Elizabuff, just so you know, by agreeing to hire Isolde, you do slightly make, and not like to the degree that they're coming after you, but there is a group of the word mafia does ring true in Evil. It's the skeleton mafia. You know, just
Well,
the
you
thing
had a
to look out for
business
in the future.
bestie who was in a mafia before.
That's all right.
But Elizabuff is comfortable making, like, not full enemies, but, like, tweaking the nose of another group. Of bad guys is a strong word, but, you know.
She's done some not so great stuff to get here, so she's not really stressed about that.
All right. So, I think, like, all across the, like, on the news when you guys get back, if you're like hanging out at the bar together or something, you see like it's like tonight on Channel 11 News, daring robbery takes place in Consonant, as is like we are unable to get any like clear pictures of the delinquents as they released many explosions leaving Consonant. And I think it's an amazing, like, Vidra, what's it look like? Like, how is
So-
the... Go ahead, yeah.
Like Arthur said, we're just like dropping off all of these explosions, like between us and whatever law enforcement is chasing us, and mostly like to obscure things rather than to harm people. And so I have a camera set up out in front that can just capture how absolutely awesome we all look with the backlighting of the explosion behind us.
We're all studiously not looking at it.
Oh yeah, nobody
Right,
looks
don't
at
look at explosions.
You don't. You're cool guys.
Yeah, with the wind in our hair.
are you caught? Like, is anybody caught on camera? Like, because I know all three of you are in disguise, but you are dressed up as your grandma.
I mean, at this point, I have taken uh, the disguise off, but we are all backlit, so therefore we can't be made out. Also,
Mhm. The
I'm going
silhouettes.
to edit it so that we're silhouettes, no matter if there was any data that had our faces on it. There's not anymore.
No, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Oh, and you were in the security room, so like you can remove any footage that you guys were there.
Oh yeah, I absolutely just replaced it with anything but what was actually happening.
And if the police came to Elizabuff for any additional angles or whatever, she would mysteriously be having technical issues.
Okay. When the owls show up to like make sure that you guys were like you were actually robbed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate.
Provide some descriptions that look suspiciously like some of Bobbert's goons. Like you just saw
Maybe
them.
have one of Bobbert's business cards and be like, yeah, they dropped this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love preparing for this showdown like this. Absolutely. So I know in the future we need so many games. It's like now I know we need an Elizabuff versus Krieg versus Bobbert game. Or Elizabuff and Krieg versus Bobbert game.
That'd be fun.
I think playing this in playing Brindlewood Bay would be great. But also I think maybe playing Beak, Feather, and Bone to figure out who holds sway over a continent might be a really cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys did it. That was Fiasco. I love Fiasco. Fiasco's such a cool game to me.
That
Great
was so
time.
fun.
It's just so easy. Like, no rules or anything. You just go. Here's the story.
Somehow I magically always forget how to play, though.
I just, it's a tricky thing sometimes. Like, I play it a lot more often, obviously, so I do want to play Brindlewood Bay very badly, though. It's a good game. All right. With that, I think we are all, I'm done for tonight. I don't really... Oh, real quick recap. We tried to rob Elizabuff. Turns out Elizabuff was in league with Arthur and Vidra, and instead of robbing Elizabuff for Bobbert, they robbed Bobbert for Elizabuff and had Krieg there, I guess, to be able to blame, but he was too good at his job as well and ended up stealing lightly from Elizabuff, just a fair amount with a really gross guy named Clarence.
Respectable amount,
Just a respectable amount. As you standard if I'm ripping off a casino amount of money.
Yeah.
And yeah, you all did amazing. We started at noon. And I think Toast has to get to work soon, so...
Correct.
So thank you
Have
guys
a good
all.
night.
Right? Thank you guys all for playing. It fucking went amazing. We've got another game coming on Thursday at standard 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys for showing up, and I hope everybody can make it. I have to go to the bathroom real bad, so while Nika runs the credits, I'm not going to be here.
Alright, 10 out of 10. We're gonna heck off. We'll see y'all Thursday. Bye forever.
Bye forever.
Bye!
Born as a smith, here I forged my new home, protecting the crews amongst destiny's throes. Which is the right path that I value more? My tinkerer's tools or my magical form? In the danger, don't know what comes next, weaving my way with each step. On the path we wander through shadow and light, marching through valleys deep and wide, carving our fate and finding our home in this world of simple folk, cursed with a plight to embrace the darkness or chase the moonlight. Loyalty binds me to all I hold dear. Eager to help, I'll embrace every fear. In the danger, don't know what comes next. Weaving my way with each step. On the path we wander through shadow and light, marching through valleys deep and wide, carving our fate and finding our home in this world unknown. Bound to ceramic, a ghost of what was. I yearn for the path to break free from my curse. Brave in the face of all my hidden strife. Forward I journey to seek a new life. In the danger, don't know what comes next. Weaving my way with each step. On the path we wander through shadow and light, marching through valleys deep and wide, carving our fate and finding our home in this world unknown. Trained to be loyal to colonies call, yet torn by desire to be something more. Only in combat these bonds we renew. Together we journey steadfast and true. In the danger, don't know what comes next.